to say, it's feeling like me season right now. I feel so bad for anybody who doesn't fuck with me. Mute me, block me, whatever you need to do, because it's a me season right now. It's my time.
This is me season. Life is happening for you and not to you. Life is happening for you and not to you. Tony Robbins said, if you change your perception, you will find out that it is true. If you really rearrange how you look at that thing, right? Is shit happening to you, or is it happening and unfolding for you, for your greatest good? When we consciously align ourselves with the emotion of gratitude, right? When we focus on gratitude, and I'm not just talking about some sappy Hallmark, I mean really tap in to wow, I'm so grateful I woke up this morning, because everybody didn't make it. Everyone didn't wake up. I'm so grateful that I have food on my table. Everybody doesn't have food. Everyone is not sleeping in a warm bed and have their good sound mind and their health, right? So, but when we consciously align ourselves with the emotion of gratitude, we will find more around us to fulfill us on a mind, body, and soul level. Gratitude is the number one soul emotion that allows us to connect to a higher intelligence. Without gratitude, without really tapping in and being thankful and grateful, we can have everything material-wise and yet still be depressed, still be miserable, still be ultimately unfulfilled, unsatisfied. Always remember to count your blessings, right? Always remember to give praise and, really take a moment to give a thank you to those who help you and pour into you and do for you and help you on this journey, right? Because all too often we do not realize how much something or someone means to us until it's too late and until they're gone. Stephanie Smith said, life goes on whether you choose to move on and take a chance in the unknown or stay behind, locked in the past, thinking of what could have been. I don't want to live in the past anymore. She says, I don't want to live in the past anymore. I'm so lonely here. There's nothing for me anymore. I want to give it my all. I don't know about you, but have you ever got to a point in your life, got to a point at a job, got to a point in your program, got to a point dealing with somebody, got to a point where just being in a certain city, in a certain environment, you just get sick and tired of being sick and tired? Like just sick of your own shit, right? Just sick of status quo, sick of things as is how they've been, right? I don't know about you, but when I get there, when I feel like that juxtaposition of to be grateful, but to know when your time has come, to know when you've outworn your welcome, to know when something is no longer for you, to know when you've outgrown a situation, right? Or a station or position. You attract into your life a reflection of what you think. Everything you experience is a photocopy, printout, hologram of your thoughts, fleshed out. Everything, every relationship, every experience, the good experiences, the bad times, the hard times, the heartache, the frustration is all a living testament and birthing of what's going on in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit, in your consciousness. But also, you attract into your life what you judge, what you focus and fixate on, what you parrot and repeat and emulate. If you think people are messy, right? This is just an example. If you think people are messy and fucked up, you systematically attract people who will be messy and treat you fucked up. It will be an endless revolving door of that archetype in different people and situations. If you focus on sickness, focus on disease, poverty, famine, lack, misery, want, you attract sickness, disease, poverty, famine, lack, misery, and want. All things being equal, if you live in a society, an upwardly mobile society where you can work your way out of poverty, or you can work your way out of being born into a family of untouchables, right? Because there, in some places in the world, that's not a reality. Everybody, it doesn't matter how hard you work. You still are just going to be a worker bee, right? It doesn't matter how hard you try to be this alpha. You are going to be a drone. You are going to be a worker. You are going to reach a certain level and can never go beyond that based on the system you have found yourself. Okay. But in a system where the ability to rise up is there, you can educate yourself out of certain situations, or you can marry into, or you can earn your way into, right? But at every opportunity, it'll flock to you. What you focus on will flock to you. What you focus on will flock to you. It will chase you down. Ironically, this is the first way you start to change your bankrolls, your bank account, and your tax bracket. It really begins with your hardcore constant thought, focus, fixation, and what you spend your most time consuming, eating, breathing, regurgitating, and being around. It's really that simple. The devil isn't a person. Understand, the devil isn't a person. And hell isn't a place. Our ancient ancestors of the pre-Columbian, pre-Judeo-Christian, Roman Catholic belief system knew of no such place as purgatory or hell with horned demons. It's an energy that you carry. That is an energy that you carry. It is a vibration, a frequency, a dimension, an idea. A lot of people go through hell, but everyone isn't doing bad or down bad. Everyone experiences struggle and heartache and some form of, struggle, some form of challenge. But to consistently and just persistently be down, doing bad, struggling, always running into failure after failure consistently, you have to look at the environment. You have to look at the words that are being said. You have to look at the mindset. Is any new information coming in? I mean, really studying something and really learning how to do something different than you've already been doing, right? Stay with me. Nisargadatta Maharaj. He said the main point to grasp is that you have projected onto yourself a world of your own imagination based on memories, on desires and fears, and that you have imprisoned yourself in it. And he says, break the spell and be free. Just break the spell. Come up out of it, right? Come up out of it. It's that simple. It's really that simple. Everything you hold in your conscious thought becomes your cage and your reality. See abundance, focus on ends meeting. Because a lot of us, we tend to just immediately zero in on the doom and gloom, right? The negativity, the fear mongering, the fear porn. What's going on now? What's there to complain about now? What's there to be mad at now, right? Because in many cases, I'm not knocking you if you are that way, because in many cases, we come from environments, we come from families, we come from situations, right? Where if you didn't stay on top of the threat, that's a threat now to your survival. That's a threat to your comfort. That's a threat to your stability. That's a threat to your sanity. That's a threat to your freedom. So it behooves you to pay attention to all of the threats and the red flags and the weak points in order to just make it to see another day, right? But the point I'm getting is you can't stay in a fight, flight, or flee existence, because you can't create anything like that. Even to create, there needs to be love, there needs to be peace, there needs to be some semblance of security, right? We have to feel safe. We have to feel okay to be vulnerable. We have to be okay with putting ourselves out there, right? And that cannot happen if stress hormones are constantly flooding your bloodstream. See abundance. Focus on getting your coin up. Focus on getting your bag up. Focus on, meditate on, pray about, affirm being loved, having your motherfucking mind right. See the good in people, the real ones. Focus on the real ones, because there's still a lot of real ones out there. And watch as that unfolds in your daily reality and just naturally becomes your life without you even trying. Good people just start fucking with you. Opportunities will seem to fall from the sky like manna, but literally it's you tapping into better thoughts, ideas, and frequencies. Kids do it all the time. Kids do it all the time. They manifest things unthought of, unimaginable, because they just don't have that. They don't have that fear of what if this doesn't work, or what if they hurt me, or what if I fail, what if. No risk, no reward, right? No risk, no reward. And also, when you start really getting your mind right and tapping in mentally, you even will start to see the people that are not on that level, not on that vibration, not on that frequency, not on the radar screen. They will start to fall away, and better people will start coming in. And sometimes it's scary because it's the people you thought you loved. Y'all not listen. Dimensions are not places or locations. Dimensions are not places or locations, okay? They're not physical locales. They are levels of consciousness that vibrate at a certain rate. And each dimension vibrates at a higher rate than the one below it. In each higher dimension, there exists a clearer, wider perspective of reality. A greater level of knowing. We experience more freedom, greater power, and more opportunity to create our reality. Once you recognize the fact that truth, I'm talking about the wisdom of the ages, fact from fiction, and mythology, is not taught to the masses. The pursuit of truth can lead you onto a path of solitude. And really, the truth is, a lot of, like, you think of the Tibetan monks, and you think of the nuns, and you think of the people who give their life to the divine, right? In a lot of ways, they got the shit right. They got the shit right, because they, the whole notion of selling everything and going to minister, going to be a prophet, right? Spreading the gospel, being a teacher, whatever it is, any higher calling first is going to put you in a space of solitude. But there's tremendous value in that. There's tremendous wisdom in that. Something that only solitude can do. And it's going to separate you from the masses. It's going to isolate you, and it's going to consecrate you so that you can now work on your shit. You can do your shadow work. You can work on your stuff. You can root out all of the programming and the limiting beliefs and anything that was projected onto you that is self-defeating and preventing you from fully rising into me season and rising into your coin and your bag, getting your home, right? Buying a home, buying a car, traveling, getting married, having a family, having children, whatever your thing is. Keep elevating in education and getting degreed up, getting coined up, right? Whatever, getting wifed up, whatever your thing is. First, you got to deal with your shit first before you can fully come to that destination. Inner peace. Inner peace is not achieved by controlling your thoughts, but by controlling which thoughts you give your attention and awareness to, right? You must learn to get in touch with the innermost essence of your being. Get in touch with the innermost essence of your being. What am I talking about? This essence is beyond the ego. It's beyond your race, your class, your ethnicity, your gender, your sexuality, what you pledged, your political affiliation, your zip code, the country you live in. It's bigger than all of that. It's beyond all of that. I'm talking about you. You. It's a fearless, free, and immune to criticism essence. This essence, it does not fear challenges or change. Because guess what, baby? The only constant is change. And really, there is no growth in comfort. Nothing you want is found in comfort. In your comfort zone, where you good and you warm and you, because you'll never be challenged to move. And if you're never challenged to move, you can't go up. You can't go up. All you can do is stay stagnant, right? This essence, your innermost essence, it's beneath no one and it's superior to no one, because it doesn't operate on these hierarchical values that humanity lives within the confines of. Even hierarchy is confining. I always say, when you put labels on me, then you limit all that I am. If I put a label on you, you must sit in that box. And that's the only box you can exist in. Fuck the box. Be limitless. Don't put labels on yourself, because you box yourself in. This essence, your innermost essence, is full of magic. It's full of mystery and enchantment and intrigue and fun and love and, I mean, that good shit, right? That good stuff. Somebody said, spend less time focusing on things you want less of, and more time focusing on things you want more of. I'm going to say that again. Spend less time focusing on things you want less of, and more time focusing on things you want more of. Right? Me season is about being filled with hope, genuine hope, right? Because without hope, like if you don't have a greater hope for something better, for something, nicer, more fitting to you, more pleasing, more satisfying. If you don't have hope, you have nothing. You have no springboard. You have no way to open the gate. Hope is the gate. It's the gateway. Me season is about being filled with joy and love and peace, trust and kindness. It's a time of allowing. Like, there's a time to do. Action. And there's a time to receive, to allow, to be more submissive, to allow, to receive, to let flow, to not resist, to not thrust, to not push, but to just simply be. And growth isn't always constant. We're not constantly, it's a process with stages and seasons and cycles. Everything works in stages and seasons and cycles, and right? In this world, in this life, that's the way things are built. That's the way things are grown. Every year we get summer, spring, and fall, right? Every morning the sun rises. Every evening the moon rises. Every other second the waves beat the shore. That's just how it works. Relapses happen. There will be times where you fall off, times where you're weak, times where you're strong, times when you have it all to give, times when you have nothing to give, and you need help. You need to be sustained. And that's okay, because that's all part of the equation. It doesn't erase all your success when you do relapse or when you do fall off. Because again, these are stages, these are cycles, these are seasons. Pythagoras said, do not go to bed until you have gone over the day 3 times in your mind. What wrong did I do? What good did I accomplish? And what did I forget to do? What wrong did I do? You got to check yourself. Because really, it takes a big person, a mature person, somebody that really got their shit together to really check themselves, because you know when you're wrong. What wrong did I do? What good did I accomplish? What did I forget to do? Right? Me season is a time for healing deep emotional childhood trauma. Do you realize your attachment style is what you use as a template for your relationships for the rest of your life? Okay? So pay attention, close attention to the way you bonded with your parents, for instance. And we can often see this in other people, but for some reason we don't see it in ourselves. But pay attention to the way you bonded with your parents. People who had primary caregivers, parents or grandparents, whoever took care of you, whoever raised you. And who these people who didn't do much for them besides provide for their basic necessities, right? And so oftentimes what happens is, growing up, in order to attain or maintain any real stability beyond food, shelter, protection, these children learn to ignore their own struggles and needs. And so we carry the memories and experiences of our ancestors on both sides, both the traumas as well as the gifts. And what happens is, ancestral healing repairs the connection with our wise ancestors who are also still here in a different realm, in a spirit realm, but they're here to serve as our guides, as spirit guides. They can guide you, give you wisdom. They can tilt some things in your way. Now, they can't change anything because only you, nobody can do your push-ups and your sit-ups for you. You got to take your lumps. Nobody can take the ass whooping for you. You're going to get your own ass whoopings. And that continues into adult life. Life still happens. They cannot change your trajectory per se. They cannot prevent things from happening to you. But they can tilt things in your direction to help you, if you speak to them and tap in with them, right? And I say that to say, half of who you are is your parents. 90% of your beliefs are not your beliefs. They're beliefs that were given to you from either your father or your mother or both, or your mother's mother. A lot of people don't even realize their goals, their values, what is important to them. That was handed to them from their mother. And those ideas were handed to her from her mother. And oftentimes those ideas came from somebody that maybe had to go through World War II or the Great Depression or the Vietnam War or, extreme poverty. Some people, those ideas come from very wealthy families. Families that have a lot of power and dominance in their communities. And so the way they move is based on those ideas. And so when you tap in with your ancestral stuff, you begin to deal with all of that. Where are my values coming from? My ideas of success, my ideas of happiness, my ideas of getting ahead, my ideas of struggle or failure or, crises or chaos. Some people do not feel okay unless they are in constant chaos. And so when there's peace and tranquility, they don't know how to survive because it's foreign to them and it's painful. Because it forces them to really look at themselves and look at their, madness, right? So situations you thought you cleared up, right? Oftentimes will come up again for more awareness. Most issues will keep showing up in different relationships and experiences until we repair the breach. Healing is done in layers, in cycles, and in seasons. You have to continue to spiral through the same emotional experiences sometimes until there is no electrical charge left to trigger you. Healing doesn't happen in a straight line. Nothing happens in a straight line. There are no real straight lines anywhere in the organic, natural world. There are no straight lines in the natural world because it's a social construct. It's a human idea. There is no career track that just goes straight up. You're going to have some roller coaster, baby. You're going to have some loops. You're going to have some free falls. That's just the way it is. And so if it looks right but feels wrong, I don't know who I'm talking to, but if it looks right but it feels wrong, it's fear. If it looks wrong, but it feels right, it's intuition. Me season is an I got this energy. I got this. Give people a reason to fuck with you. Like, are you even cool to be around? Are you cool to be around? Because people who are cool to be around always have people who want to be around them. Right? You give people a reason to fuck with you. People like to be motivated. People don't like to hear bullshit all day long, complaining and draining. And it's just no one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear that. Give people what they enjoy, what feeds them, what keeps them going. And you'll never have a problem. You'll never go broke. You'll never have a need in your life because everything will come to you through people. Like I have to be able to learn some new shit from merely being in your energy, in your presence. I always think to myself, when I meet someone, can I learn from this person? Can they learn from me? There are situations where you are in place to be the teacher. There is so much that someone has to learn from you. And there are other times where there's so much for you to learn. Stop expecting you from other people. Stop expecting you from other people. It will never happen. This is about game face, right? Having a game face because it's game time. Like, it's up to you to know when you're in your opportunities. And they come in different shapes and sizes and textures. They come in different eras. They come in different ways. No two opportunities look the same. Put your best ambition towards whatever it is that you are passionate about. That's on me season, right? A single act of authentic kindness shown towards another person. A single act of authentic kindness is better than 1,000 heads bowing in prayer. Be aware of who you associate with. You have to get around people who live in an abundance consciousness and mindset. That's on me season.